Hello and welcome to episode 37 of Series 6 of Master League Story Mode. So of course the last episode, big changes happened in Campinas. I've only just realised that when I say Campinas it does sound a lot like Cam Penis. I'll never be able to unhear that. Anyway, we're going to have to try and unhear that. So it's back to Campinas, back to Campinas, and that sounds... Anyway, big changes afoot. As we know, we've made two huge signings. Marcinho, the winger, come right back. Trento Alexander-Arnaldo, I believe is what they're calling him. Oh look, Arnaldo, yeah, of course, that was our last right back, wasn't it? Anyway, we'll call him Arnaldo too. Trento Arnaldo. He had a good debut, and also we've signed Gabriel, the Angel Gabriel, or Gabby No Goals, as they're calling him so far. Clean sheet on his debut, looking great, big strong lad. Very excited about him. But we still got more to do in this transfer window, and thanks for all the great comments on the last episode. I would say about 80% of those comments were saying you have to find a way to sign Campuzano, the absolute steal, whose salary is almost the same as his transfer fee. Obviously, he's been transfer listed and loan listed by Boca Juniors, so they want rid of him. I'm not quite sure why, because he's absolutely mustard, and we need to get him on board. The problem is we've got 84 grand left in the salary budget. So we're going to have to lose some players. And the obvious one... Oh, hang on. How much do we need again? We need 2.2. What does he say if you move this at all? Further rounds of negotiations will be viewed negatively. We can't take that risk because we will lose him. Because he was a scouted player. So we've got to sell players. And some of you saying keep Diego Renan. I sort of agree. But a 1.3 million salary... we sort of do need to move him on, as well as Lucas Claro. So that's 1 million plus 1.3, so 2.3, just 2.4. What was he again? 2.2. So that almost exactly covers it. We could wait and see if we had bids for other people, but I think we're going to pull the trigger now. I'm quite liking getting our business done early. It's a very long window, but the longer you take to make the signings, the longer they'll take to bed in. And the less chance we have of them operating at peak capacity for as much time as possible. So, Lucas Claro, a free signing, much like Mabele, who we said goodbye to, for a cool 49 million, which has allowed us this incredible spending spree. Lucas Claro, we're only making money on him. Our transfer budget is going through the roof again, 38 mil there, but crucially, $1 million off the salary budget. And then Diego Renan, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. In the side from the beginning, one of the original Ponte Preta players, but we need that salary budget recouped. And he is going to be only second fiddle, really, to Abner. So, yeah, I think there's not many players that we've got left which we can sell which have $1 million or more salary. We'd have to sell 2 or 3 to get the money we need for Campuzano. So it had to be done. Sad to say, but it had to be done. And we're going to bring him in. It would be ridiculous not to sign him. We can sell players like Luis Fernando, Pedro Castro, all of those players in the next window. We won't need as much with this guy coming in, who's got an incredible selection of player skills and playing styles for a defensive midfielder. He's an orchestrator, he's only 24 years old. It's an absolute no-brainer. And for only 3.4 million transfer, we've got 52 million to spend on loan signings, so we can make a couple of really good loan signings. So the main things we need are a goalkeeper and a left-back replacement. We've got a few still left on our scout list, which is ideal. That should make it very easy for us to just pull the trigger on a loan deal. A loan deal for Walter. Looks pretty decent. He's only got a 3 million market value. We only need him for 6 months, don't we? So we can get him for absolute peanuts here. That's easy money. Do you know what I'm thinking? Do we keep the transfer budget? Or do we try and go for a big loan signing as well? Maybe a centre forward, I'm not sure. But we do need to delve into the advanced search. Actually, have we got anything on the list? In terms of left backs? Nope. We're not that pragmatic when it comes to signings. We just want exciting central midfielders. But now we have to delve into the advanced search. Brazil, and then we want a left back of... And I suppose it would be easier if they're already on the loan list. So let's see if there's any decent ones there. Paulo Otavio from Wolfsburg, good all-rounder. 26 years old, looks 36. Tough paper round for Paulo. He'd be good. He would be good. Market value 41, not crazy. about this guy, Diogo, 8 mil. Oh, we're starting to get pretty poor down there. Let's compare defensive stats. Oh, Paulo Otavio is pretty good actually defensively. Yeah, that looks fine to me. Let's see if they're interested. 9 million, well, we've certainly got that. We'll give them 9.8. See if that's interesting for them. Carlos Augusto from the league leaders so far, Corinthians. Yep, he's good as well. Better passer than Otavio. Let's try that. Not impressed with the offer. Alright. 11 million. We really don't want to have to go that high. We've not got far to move as we move into the first game of this episode. It's an away trip, but first we get to see the new signing, Campuzano. What a coup this is. Incredible coup. Great player, Colombian international. And he, I think, is going to be excellent. Who does he partner in central midfield? He's certainly coming straight in for Luis Fernando because he can do the defensive dirty work, but also talented on the ball. He's excited to be here. I'm excited to see how he gets on in this side. We're going to take a hit in terms of team spirit. But he says, see everybody at the grounds on match day. Still needs to work on his English there. Let's take a look and see how he lines up today. So unfortunately, Luis, you are on the bench. That hits us with 2 team spirit. That's not too bad, actually, really. It's a tight little bench here. No fat to this anymore. We've got literally... I think this is pretty good, actually. We're not really lacking a second player in any position. We've slimmed down the squad, as we always have to in this. But I'm pretty happy with it. The question is who plays alongside Campuzano. What's he like as a centre mid? Ooh, so he's actually better as a DMF. That's fine with me. Could play Matthias alongside him. That only takes us down 1 team spirit from playing Igor there. Maybe we should just gamble for that. No, Igor, he's not let us down. I know that's a phrase that I use all the time, but he has yet to let us down. So we'll keep that as it is for now. Just had a thought, we need to make sure that Gabby No Goals and the Headmaster are both up for all corners. They are going to be a duo to be reckoned with. So exciting, can't wait to play this game. Let's quickly check the messages. Claro, Renan out. I know a few of you are going to be quite sad about Diego Renan going. The mullet will be missed. But Campuzano, come on guys, that is exciting. And it is a trip 360 miles north of Campinas to Belo Horizonte, the 6th largest city in Brazil and home of Atletico Mineiro. Now they have 1 title to their name, won in 1971. In 2018 they finished 6th, and last year they improved on that by 2 spaces, finishing 4th. So this is a pretty good side. I think we need to be wary of them. They got a Copa Libertadores spot last season. In fact, where are they? Not in the top 10, that's for sure, so not having the best start to the season ever. But as I said, they were in the Copa Libertadores positions last season, and they have got quite a history in that competition. They won the Copa Libertadores in 2013, and get this, with a team that included not just one-time Man City record signing Joe, not just Everton's cute little Bernard, not just the best defensive midfielder of all time in the shape of Gilberto Silva, not only their club legend Diego Tardelli, but also a certain Ronaldinho Gaucho, who was back at the Gallo, or the Rooster as they're known, or the White and Black, for his second spell at the club, and his resurgent form was what basically inspired this incredible Copa Libertadores win. So, I mean, they have a real history of some great players playing at this side, and I think they're going to be a big test for us today, especially at home. Let's go and take a look and see. First of all, well, we sort of know that there's already some poor form in here, we saw that. And it's going to be a real shame, but I don't think we can start Marcinho on a downward arrow, so Arnaldo is going to come in for Trento Alexandro Arnaldo, just the normal Arnaldo, whose face is now a thing, and we get to see the fact that he's got a massive neck. Bit of a beast. Other than that, although he's on a sideways arrow, Campuzano's certainly going to start. Gabby No Goals, downward arrow. Bruno Vini sideways, I think we'll keep him in. Sana on a downward arrow, that is tempting to take him out. But the not so good Marcinho is only on a sideways arrow. I think maybe we do need a loan signing of another winger / striker. I think that would be a good move. Mabele was useful in that sense. Quick look at Mineiro, not to be confused with America Mineiro, which I did a lot last season. They've got a few good players. Gustavo Blanco, 76 rated and very handsome central midfielder. Potentially the danger man. Decent defence, 71 rated keeper. Good all-round side. Their better strikers are on the bench. They've got Oliveira there, 77 rated. It's going to be interesting. 87 team spirit isn't too bad, really. Bringing Arnaldo back in has helped with that. Reminder of what Campuzano can do. He can pass, he can move, he can Liverpool groove. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Lovely stadium here. This has got South America written all over it. I really have come to love the Brazilian kit style. It really is something quite special. I just love all of the sponsors. I wonder how much it costs to sponsor them. It'd be great to get the PES Story Mode logo on there. I don't think the YouTube ad revenue is going to extend to that. There is Campuzano doing his warm-ups. Hopefully he can be an important part of this side as we move forward. We've put ourselves in a great position to finish strongly this season. And let's see if we can keep that going. Come on. Gabriel, good ball out to Abner. Gabriel, actually one thing I don't think I've really mentioned is underrated, great passer. And he showed good vision there to pick out his man, and now Mauro Jr. Lovely balance there. Get out of the way, Abner. Mauro Jr. into a good position to cross here. That is an awful ball in, though. Out to Quidzi. Can he slip it through to Asano? Nearly. Very nearly. It's going to be Jimmy Quiz over this one. He's just going to pop one onto the penalty spot here. Ziggy's there. The looping header well over the bar. First chance of the game. It's not a bad ball in. Good leap. Defender just did enough. Good ball. Played back to Blanco. That's clever. Ronaldo didn't get caught out. Ball into the box. Good block. Campuzano finds Jimmy Quids. Another ball into Igor. That was like a rugby pass along the line. All got a bit tangled up there, but that's a lovely ball through from Asano into Ziggy. The notorious Z.I.G. Ziggy, Ziggy, Ziggy. Can't you see? Your goal-scoring consistency just hypnotises me. Booyah. And there we are. The travelling Ponte Pretanos in great voice. The ground rocking here. And it wasn't pretty. It all got a little bit crowded in the centre. Missed pass there. Missed Mlsm into Asano. Simple ball from him. And another simple finish from Ceara's top scorer. You just don't want to let him make runs like that. Actually, Igor did pretty well. It was sort of a dummy run from the midfielder. Then he opened up his body. The notorious Z.I.G. off the mark here. Patient build up here. Space for Jalvinho. That's a clever ball inside along the floor. Yes, Gabby. Gabby no goals there. Stepping in confidently. And that's a nice ball. Jimmy Quids. Mauro Jr. now. Asano spots Abner in space. Oh, steps away from his man really well. And now he's into a little bit of clear grass here. Ball inside to Ziggy. Couldn't quite get to it. Igor, nice ball into Asano. Clever ball into Arnaldo, who's found himself in a weird position here. The right back steps inside, gets the shot away. Oh, very, very close. He knows he has to make an impact today. He's been given a chance. Marcinho's come in, and he has been considered now the default right back for this side. But Arnaldo found himself in unfamiliar territory there in the middle of the pitch, but stepped inside well. Got a very good shot away. Unlucky not to get that one on target. So there we have it. Half-time is upon us here in Belo Horizonte. And it's been pretty much as we've come to expect recently. I mean, Atletico Mineiro have worked hard for that 54% possession. We have been pressuring them the whole time. Although they've had 54% possession, we've had them pinned back for the entire half. And eventually we were able to find somewhat of a counter-attack, hit them well. But yeah, this is a possession team that likes to play it out from the back. The Zico press has been pretty effective against teams like this normally. I feel like there's more goals in this for us. Let's do this. Oh, good ball down the line here into Gustavo Blanco. Ibanez makes a mistake there. Blanco able to step back inside, but Ibanez makes up for that brilliantly. Not a good ball, though, into Mauro Jr. We've given it away straight away here. It's flighted in. Arnaldo does enough. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's a lovely flick. Oh, and that's a clever ball. Out to Jalvinho. They're into our box for the first time. Oh, and Abner is that Abner? No. Oh, dearie me. It's Gabby no goals. Beaten in the air there by Oliveira. And they have created nothing in this game so far. But this is a great ball. Guess it's Arnaldo out of position there. And he's beaten to that. The number 9. Just getting the jump on him. Just haven't had the momentum to run in behind. Beat him in the air. Gabriel very static there. He's on poor form today. I think we've seen the effect of it there. Okay, back to the drawing board. So a couple of subs here as we look to win this one. Balboa is on for Asano. And Igor comes off, replaced by the not-so-good Marcinho. Balboa. He can hold it up. Good turn from him. Balboa's effort is just wide, using his strength there. That's how you need to learn to play with him. Zico unhappy, but also chilled. Every time, every time. This is good work here. Nice little layoff. Quidzy goes early. Liking the hold-up play here. Turns on to the right, just couldn't get it on target. Abner, Maro Jr. need to get that axis working again for us. Balboa, more good hold-up play. Good footwork there. Marcinho looks to flick it into Mlsm. It's too intricate. Far too intricate. This game's slipping away from us here. One final change here. Will Pedro Castro be the one to unlock this defence? Historically, probably not. Unfortunately, I think we've let this one slip away. That's an easy throw into Maro Jr. Guga's out with him. Back to Abner. Time to look up. Balboa's there on the turn. Probably needed to try and get a flick on there, Rocky. Well, damn it. This was a game that we should have won. I feel like we've really dropped points there. A goal from Atletico Mineiro on the hour mark, and we weren't really able to create much after that in response. Bit gutted there, bit gutted. Good goal from Z.I.G. After that, we failed to impress, and actually only one shot on target in the whole game. It was a very tight game in general. Atletico Mineiro really looked to control possession. They did a pretty good job of that. As you can see, they made 46 more passes than us successfully in the game. They only had one shot, and it went in. I mean, we only managed one shot on target as well. Tight, very tight. We knew this was a good side. We said we expected a difficult game, and it proved to be just that. So after a great win against Chapecoense, we now move down into 4th. 7th place is perilously close. Only 3 points between us and Santos. And then actually all the way down to 10th is only 6 points behind us. So, yeah, things could change instantly. Our Copa Libertadores spot is certainly far from assured at this stage. In fact, lots of things could go wrong. It looks like we're going to be straight into the next game before any new signings are made, except for maybe this goalkeeper that we were looking at. Let's go and take a look. Actually, well, firstly, we'll look at the messages. Walter's accepted our offer. So Otavio, that could go through. They want 10 mil for him, which is an extra 600,000. We've got the money, but 10 mil for a 6-month loan seems a lot. Carlos Augusto, no dice there. But looks like we should be able to tie up a keeper here, at the very least. For 500,000 till the end of the season. Corinthians probably 3rd keeper. Actually better rated than Ivan, I think, or at least the same as Ivan, but that's a very easy decision to make. Barely a dent in our absolutely epic war chest at the moment. So Paulo Otavio, really like him. Arguably, well, probably not even arguably, almost definitely a better left back than Abner. It seems unnecessary. He's 26 years old. He really is a good player. It's a lot of money though. I think we'd like to pay about 7. Option to buy, 41 mil, not really worth it. We'll try again. We're not in an absolutely desperate hurry to sign a left back, he says as he goes on to find that Abner is injured. But we've got a keeper now, that's good. We're ticking off the things that we need. We can move now into this game with Ceara at the Majestoso, knowing that if there are any injuries to Ivan the Terrible, then we've got someone to step in, an experienced keeper as well. Ivan, a young keeper, still improving every day. I'm sure he'll learn a lot from his new goalkeeping colleague. And angry Phil Collins there, very happy with that acquisition, as it only cost him just over $500,000 real, which is about 30 quid. Anyway, big shout out to the Ponte Pretanos from him, and he's very grateful to be given the chance to play. Will he get to play much? Probably not. So quick look, as Otavio come back, they're still negotiating there. Yeah, he's a great keeper. One thing I am going to have a quick look at is just all Brazilians on the loan list. One more exciting loan transfer could certainly wet my whistle. Lincoln from bloody hell, he's good. Look at that guy. 20 years old. Quick, great finisher. Oh, he's amazing. 6-month loan. How much is that going to cost me? 30 mil. No. Gabriel Martinelli, I couldn't do it to him. It just wouldn't be realistic. He's such an incredible player. He's never coming back to Brazil. Rainier, classic number 10 that we absolutely loved, a player that we would love to sign. 6 months for him from Flamengo. We take him for 15. Might as well chuck a few of these out. Brenner from Fluminense, decent striker. 74 rating seems a bit high for him. He's only got 74 finishing. He's quick, good offensive awareness. Can you play out on the wing? Not on the wing that we need. Elinio can though. 20-year-old, can't really play as a centre forward. We could do with someone who can do both. But he looks pretty decent, and he's on the loan list. They're not impressed with our offer. We'll offer 14. And we'll see how those get on. Quick look at the messages. Walter, as we know, is coming. Best 11, Z.I.G and MJ, both in there. Training report, of no interest. We've got some earnings to look at in the budget review. Extra 500,000 salary. Well, we needed that. That needs to improve a lot. But next year, as we hopefully look to strengthen for the Copa Libertadores and a real push for the title, we've got a pretty decent seed fund already. So back to the Majestoso as we invite Ceara. And they are known quite nicely as Vozao, the big grandpa. Possibly because they were formed in 1914, 105 years ago, to Ponte Preta. That is a young man, but still fairly impressive. And the big grandpa has had a long trip. I'm sure they fell asleep. They are the team furthest away from us, from the city of Fortaleza, 1,740 miles north of Campinas. So they are going to be very, very tired. In 2018, they finished 15th, and in 2019, they escaped relegation by just one place, finishing 16th. So, yeah, not the best side, and they're not having a great season so far. Let's see how we line up. Well, perfect opportunity for Walter to come in. He's slightly better rated than Ivan, actually. Let's compare the two. Obviously, Ivan, there's no question we play him. He's a defensive goalkeeper, whereas Ivan is offensive. He's a better passer, not quite so good at jumping. Ivan's a bit stronger. And when it comes to all the goalkeeping stats, he's better, except for his goalkeeper reach. I don't think I've ever looked at before. Yeah, he's quite a lot better, actually. Well, we'll play him today. Thoughts? Drop Ivan? Probably not. Anyone being the captain help the team spirit? No. I think we'll give it to Igor with him out. Everyone else, some tired legs in here. Good to see Marcinho starting today. Everyone else looking okay. Wasn't long since the last game, was it? That's why everyone's looking a bit tired. But we'll start things as they are. Ceara, probably saying that wrong. They've got Valdo at the back, who has got the longest head in the world. That's hilarious head. Lots of 60 rated players, a 74 rated striker, 2 defensive midfield, no, 2 holding midfielders at least, and a 63 rated keeper. Let's do it. We've got this. Let's smash them. So we're back here at the Majestoso. They must spend a hell of a lot of money on flares, the Ponte Preta Ultras. But it does help with the atmosphere, of course. So Walter starts today, getting his debut just the day after he was signed on loan for the rest of the season. An experienced keeper, who in many ways, particularly stats, is much better than Ivan. Ivan hasn't put too many hands or feet wrong, but this guy is better. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should we be loyal to Ivan the Terrible or Ivan the Terrific, or should we start the better keeper? Interesting to hear your thoughts. Good to see Trento Marcinho back in the side today. Hopefully he can get his first assist today, because that's why we spent 54 million on you, and you need to start paying that back. That was crazy money. Right, let's do this. Igor, captain's armband on today, and that's a good interception. Plays it back to Ibanez. Picks out Mauro Jr. Plays it back to Campuzano. We've not seen much of him so far. Didn't have a huge amount to do in the last game. Z.I.G on the turn. Flights one over looking for Asano. It's a good ball. Back out to Marcinho here. Can put it in towards Z.I.G. Oh, like it, like it. Actually, pretty good effort there from Z.I.G to even get that close to being on target. It's a good ball. Oof, not far off. Good ball into the box here. First bit of attacking opportunity here. Oh, somehow he's found his way through. But Walter called upon for the first time. Makes a great save there to prevent the away side getting the first goal here. That would have been catastrophic. Now Mauro Jr. It's for Asano. It's a clever ball. Oh, unlucky. Igor lays it back for Campuzano. Plays it out to Abner. Now Mauro Jr. Oh, lovely footwork. Still Mauro Jr. Plays it in looking for Mlsm. He does really well. Mlsm. Oh, nearly. Nearly gets the rub of the green there with the deflection. Lovely work from Mara Jr. Pocket rocket there. It's a clever ball into Z.I.G. Steps back inside. No one really to look for in the box. Asano not making himself available. And that is half time here at the Majestoso. Disappointing. Really disappointing. Not a single shot on target from the home side. We're struggling a little bit here. Maybe we need to make some changes. I don't know. Zico has been able to turn around these games at half time in the past. Hopefully he can do the same today, because this is uninspiring. It's only so much that the Ponte Pretanos can take. We don't want to hear boos. We do not want to hear boos. Ibanez, great work. Can Igor get to this? Oh, yes. No, ref! That is shoulder to shoulder. That's like the definition of shoulder to shoulder. Gabriel doesn't win the header. Oh, and he's given away a free kick as well. No, this ref wants us to lose. Well, Walters had to make one big save. Can he pull out another one here? If Carletto can get this on target. It's over the wall. Oh, that's an absolutely spectacular free kick. And with their second shot of the game, Ceara, a team who maybe we've hugely underestimated, have taken the lead here. Igor, well won back. The captain today looking to lead by example. It's the hold off Carletto. And now Jimmy Quids. So they're really standing off us here. We don't know what to do. Mara Jr. into Z.I.G. Good turn. Quidsy's there. Yes! Jimmy. Jimmy Quids on the score sheet. We haven't seen enough of that this season. But he gets an important goal to hopefully give us a way back into this one, because we've looked uninspired so far. They held off. The defence are happy to sit back in two banks of four. But Jimmy Quids unlocks him there. He started the move and finished it well. Right, let's push on. Come on. Campuzano now. Need to see a little bit more from him. Mara Jr. Lovely ball into the goal scorer, Jimmy Quids. Mlsm takes his time. Lovely ball out to Abner. Into the box here. He'll cut it back, looking for Z.I.G. Yes! Notorious. Come on. That's it. Great response from the Black Bridge. And Mlsm gets another goal. Started the move. Abner, great overlapping run. Lovely pick out here as well. Back into Z.I.G. And it's a short backlift. Quick effort there from our number 9. And we're ahead here. And we've got to push for a third, I feel. While we've got the momentum with us. Campuzano. Oh, steps away from his man. Good ball out to Arnaldo. Can we get a third here for posterity? Yes, we can. And Z.I.G. hasn't stopped playing. Oh, no. Even though we're 2 minutes over the allotted 2 minutes extra time, Z.I.G's there to grab his brace today. And that was neatly worked. Campuzano. That's good work from him. He looks assured on the ball. That's a good ball into Arnaldo. On it right back. Low ball in. Easy tap in for Z.I.G. And the Ponte Pretanos can go home happy here. It looked to be an unhappy day for us, but we turned things around. And that is the team spirit that Zico has instilled in this side. And that is what you can do with a half-time team talk as well. He is a great motivator. So many times we've gone in at the break, behind, looking poor, but we came out there, created chances, won the game. Very, very happy with that. So good performance all round and a 3-1 win, no less than we would deserve, you would say, against second bottom Ceara, who've only managed to win 2, draw 2 this season. So it was an absolute must win, and that sees us up into second. Unbelievable. If Corinthians weren't so dominant, then surely people would be talking about maybe a push for the top of the table. Incredible. Who'd have thought it? So there we have it. Great episode. We got our man Campuzano. Unlucky not to win the first game. Inspired from Zico, inspired management for us to win the second. And according to the press there, Gabby No Goals has more than met his price tag already. I mean, he was only about 7 million, but still, very pleased. Join me in the next episode to see how this team gels together. I think we did see the effect of poor team spirit in those 2 games, but the Zico effect overcame it. And next episode we do start with Flamengo as well. A big game for Zico. It's going to be a huge one. I'll see you in a bit.